This is the FM Gold channel of All India Radio. In the program Spotlight, now we bring you a discussion on National Deworming Day 2020. The participants are Dr. A.K. Varshini from Ram Manohar Lohia Hospital and Aditi Tandon, journalist.
India has the highest burden of soil-transmitted helminths in the world, and it is reported that around 241 million children in the school-going population are at risk of parasitic worm infections in our country. Dr. Varshini, with the purpose of controlling this infection which parasitic worms are causing, especially in children, and also reducing their nutrient uptake and increasing their risk of anemia, the Government of India had in 2015 launched the world's largest program of deworming. And within 8 months of launching that program, we had started showing dividends already. And now the country is looking at the next big target of the World Health Organization, under which the WHO has said that the country should reduce and actually eradicate soil-related helminth infection in 75% of the school children. How do you look back at the success of the National Deworming Day?
The program was started by the Government of India in 2015. And why it was government's thought of the program? Because our country, it is estimated that almost 241 million children of the preschool and school going, that is from 1 year to 19 years, are affected by the worm infestations. What are the worm infestations? Actually, worms are the roundworm, hookworm and whipworm. These are the commonest worms which are found in the soil. And through the soil, they are contaminated by the fecal matter. These eggs are ingested by the children. They go to their intestine. These eggs develop into the worm and again release a lot of eggs. And they again contaminate. In our country, most of the rural areas as well as in some urban areas, there is open defecation system. And because of the open defecation, these worms come into the fecal matter. They infest, contaminated our soil. And when this goes to again either through the contaminated water or food, or the children when they are playing with the soil and they put their mouth in the soil, or sometimes like the hookworm, these larvae develop the soil and they penetrate through the barefoot skin of the children who are playing into the soil barefooted. So this is where the worm is going. And these cause a lot of havoc. They cause anemia, malnutrition, impaired mental and physical and cognitive development of the children, reduce the school participation of the children. So it is a big problem. And for that matter, government came with the idea that we should deworm the preschool going children and school going children by giving the medication.
As we all know, Dr. Varshini, that on October 2, 2015, the World Health Organization had written to the government of the day, the health minister at that time, saying that based on the preliminary report that has been received by India, 155 million school-age children in 14 states of the country have already been cleared of these parasitic worms, which was actually the attainment of coverage of 50% of the school-going children, and the target that WHO had set for 2015 was to eradicate this infection in 50% school children. So that one global milestone India had achieved way back in 2015. Do you think the next global milestone of removing and of eradicating parasitic worm infections from 75% of school-going population can be achieved by our country by 2022?
Yes, definitely. The first round was started in 10th February 2015, and it has been divided in two areas where the prevalence is at more than 20% or less than 20%. Only two states, Rajasthan and MP, has declared that less than 20%. There the program is done only annually, 10th February. In all other states, done twice. 10th of the February and 10th of the August. 2 times, one tablet of the albendazole tablet is given to the school children. In the school children, it is given through the principals and teachers' participation. Preschool children, it is given by the Anganwadi workers who go to their home and give one tablet. And definitely, in a very initial year, 8.9 crore children were given these tablets in the 11 states like Assam, Bihar, Chhattisgarh, Delhi, Haryana, Dadra and Nagar Haveli, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Tamil Nadu and Tripura. And the program was followed again in 16-17, and till now 114 crore doses of the drug albendazole has been given. So definitely it has achieved a lot of success as the government is doing participation through the Ministry of Health and other ministries like the Department of School Education, through the HRD Ministry, Women and Child Development Ministry, Ministry of the Drinking Water and Sanitation, Panchayati Raj Ministry, Tribal Affairs Ministry, Rural Development Ministry and urban local bodies. All are participating in this program, and definitely we are hopeful that government should achieve its purpose and we should be able to eradicate the worms infestation in the school going.
You just said a while ago that mainly, this kind of infection is caused because of open defecation and especially when children are walking around barefoot. So I wanted to understand from you, there has been a lot of curiosity among parents also as to if the infection is caused only in mainly unsanitary and unhygienic surroundings. Why is it necessary to actually give albendazole to all school children? Because not everybody is living in unsanitary conditions. So why is it important?
Sometimes it becomes very difficult actually to identify, because then you have to do the stool testing for each and every child. So that becomes very difficult. So to cover each and every child, and particularly all the children generally share the same type of the food, same type of the playing environment. So most of the time they are likely to have that. They may not be having much symptom of the worm infestation, or maybe less symptomatic or sometimes symptomatic. But just to cover blanket to all the children, just like any other vaccination, suppose polio vaccination and other vaccine, we give to all the children. So definitely this is thought that we should cover all the children and their.
So then that brings us to the question as to whether the drug itself is safe and it does not have any side effects.
Drug is quite safe. Generally, it has been, as I have told, already 114 crore dosage has been given. And very mild symptoms sometimes has been reported. Mild pain, sometimes little vomiting or diarrhea has been reported. No serious untoward reaction has occurred, which has necessitated the hospitalization of the children or any casualty out of the drug. So it is very safe medication.
Dr. Varshney, how important is India's fight against these soil-infested worms? Because it is also said that they contribute a major burden of child anemia.
More than 80% children are anemic. So that is the very important cause of this worm infestation. Because again the worms causes the iron deficiency anemia. So besides supplementation, if we remove the cause of the worm infestation, because that is the most important, and we should also educate it. Because why the vegetables which are grown into these soils or contaminated soils or contaminated water, again take these raw vegetables. That is again one source of the getting the infection. So to prevent the infection, we should use the more sanitary toilets. Open defecation should be avoided, as now our Prime Minister is more focusing on the bringing the toilets to every citizen reach. Then proper hand washing should be done, at least before taking any food. And all the children, even household, all the adult members, they should also be educated that we should wash our hand properly after the toilets and after the defecation and before taking any food. And we should wash fruits and vegetables very thoroughly with the clean water, and then we should also ensure clean and safe drinking water supply, because that is the contaminated water is the major cause of the worm infestation.
Right. So Har Ghar Jal, the program that Prime Minister Modi recently launched to take tapped potable drinking water to every rural household in a few years' time, is perhaps another step in this direction. I also had a question in mind, Dr. Varshney, that since high worm infestation due to open defecation and barefoot walking has been identified as a major public health challenge by our own government, and we are putting in so many resources to tackle the worm infestation, why is it that we do not yet have a community level program for national level deworming? Because you just made a point that it is so difficult to find which child is at risk. Similarly, the community is also at risk, isn't it?
Definitely at the risk, but something prioritized has to be done. Actually, children are most vulnerable. So government wants to cover the preschool as well as school, 1 to 19 year of the children in the first stage to give the program. But of course, as you are right, community should be educated. They should practice the best practices of having the clean food supply, clean water supply, proper use of toilets, proper washing of the vegetables and all that, and proper supply of the clean and safe water. Where there is no municipal water, then they should be educated to make the water portable either by boiling or putting the chlorine tablet. That chlorine tablets are freely available in all the dispensaries, village level dispensaries, hospitals, etc. And then children should be educated. If they are playing outside, they should wear the shoes, because if they are playing barefooted, then chances that once by penetrating their skin can go. So it can be prevented by wearing the good shoes.
But we've also now heard, as you said, Dr. Varshini, that maybe the next level of controlling the worm infestation in Indian population has to be to go to the community level. And it is believed that the Indian Council of Medical Research has already piloted a very important study in Tamil Nadu to experiment whether a community level deworming program across the nation will be feasible. So that community level worm infestation issue and deworming program perhaps will be the next level after, as you said, the children are fully covered.
Actually, you are right. You should cover all the community, but because the children are in the growing age and worm infestation causes anemia, malnutrition, so their development process is affected. Their physical development, mental development, because that is the development, till the child becomes an adult, say by the 18 years. This is the most crucial time. So priority is to tackle the disease at this level, because if they are developed into good adult without any infestation, without any disease, then definitely they will continue further as an adult. So chances of having the infection will be very much. But of course, if the already existing adult, they can be covered, then it is better.
Dr. Varshini, is it advisable that parents should give this drug, the albendazole drug, at home to children? What is your advice to parents? Because sometimes parents don't send children to school. Children may miss the school level rounds. Then what do such parents do?
Actually, for the preschool children, government has made that Anganwadi worker will go to the parents' home and will give the supervised one tablet, because I think this is a better way of giving the tablet, because supervise then and there after the food if the child is giving, so it ensures that 100% compliance is there. Suppose we distribute the tablet to the parents and all that, they may not give, or they may throw the tablet, they may having some apprehension also. So to allay those fears and all that, it is a supervised thing. Because in the school, of course with the consent of the parents, teachers or the principal and teachers administer the tablet then and there. And there they can watch also. If they suppose there is any untoward side effect. Generally, I have said a very low side effect, but even mild side effect, the patient and their parents' anxiety can be elevated, or suppose if there is a problem, doctors there can attend at the very beginning. Suppose there is mild allergy or diarrhea and all that, some medication can be issued. So I think a supervised program is definitely much superior than giving the tablets or something to the parents where it may not be 100% successful.
And you said that 1 to 19 years children are government's priority, and the National Deworming Campaign is covering that. Is there any evidence to suggest that a certain, even within this age bracket, 1 to 19 years, a certain age bracket of children is more vulnerable than the others, or all are at risk?
Definitely when the children go outside, as I have told, they play with the soil, there the chances of the infection is very much. Or when they take the outside food, their chances. So the school children are more vulnerable, because the preschool children who are at the home, they are still in a very safe environment. The possibility of the having infection there is a little low. But the school children, when they go outside, they take the outside food which may not be very safe food. They drink outside the water which may not be very clean water. They may be playing with the soil barefooted and all that. So chances in that group are little high. But government has tried to cover the whole group from 1 to 19 years of age.
So what is your general suggestion to children, and apart from the fact that you already explained that they should not be barefooted, and also they should avoid unhygienic conditions.
Yes,
open defecation is something that everybody
because
has.
Because at the house, parents should ensure that all the fruits and vegetables which are eaten raw, they should be either nicely washed, thoroughly washed, or peeled off, and they should be given. They should not take without wash and all that. And other food, as far as possible, food should be nicely cooked. When you cook the food nicely, then most of the worms are die in the food, or their ova are destroyed. So uncooked food should not be taken, and uncooked fruits and vegetables which are generally taken uncooked, they should be thoroughly washed, cleaned, and properly supervised that they are fit.
Thank you for your time, Dr. Varshini.
Thank you.
You were listening to a discussion on National Deworming Day 2020. The participants were Dr. A.K. Varshini from Ram Manohar Lohia Hospital and Aditi Tandon, journalist. This program was produced and presented by the News Services Division of All India Radio. This program is also available on our website newsonair.com. You can also follow us on the News on AIR app for updates. You may email your opinion about this program at airnfdtalks@gmail.com. Please stand by for our next program, Public Speak, in a short while from now.